15. The things for which men, and especially princes, are praised or blamed. It now remains for us to see how a prince must regulate his conduct towards his subjects or his allies. I know that this has often been written about before, and so I hope it will not be thought presumptuous for me to do so, as especially in discussing this subject, I draw up an original set of rules. But since my intention is to say something that will prove of practical use to the inquirer, I have thought it proper to represent things as they are in real truth, rather than as they are imagined. Many have dreamed up republics and principalities which have never in truth been known to exist. The gulf between how one should live and how one does live is so wide that a man who neglects what is actually done for what should be done moves towards self-destruction rather than self-preservation. The fact that a man who wants to act virtuously in every way necessarily comes to grief among so many who are not virtuous. Therefore, if a prince wants to maintain his rule, he must be prepared not to be virtuous, and to make use of this, or not, according to need. So leaving aside imaginary things about a prince, and referring only to those which truly exist, I say that whenever men are discussed, and especially princes, who are more exposed to view, they are judged for various qualities which earn them either praise or condemnation. Some, for example, are held to be generous, and others miserly. I use the Tuscan word rather than the word avaricious. We also call a man who is mean with what he possesses miserly, whereas avaricious applies also to a man who wants to plunder others. Some are held to be benefactors, others are called grasping, some cruel, some compassionate, one man faithless, another faithful, one man effeminate and cowardly, another fierce and courageous, one man courteous, another proud, one man lascivious, another chaste, one guileless, another crafty, one stubborn, another flexible, one grave, another frivolous, one religious, another skeptical, and so forth. I know everyone will agree that it would be most laudable if a prince possessed all the qualities deemed to be good among those I have enumerated. But because of the conditions in the world, princes cannot have those qualities or observe them completely. So a prince has of necessity to be so prudent that he knows how to escape the evil reputation attached to those vices which could lose him his state, and how to avoid those vices which are not so dangerous, if he possibly can. But if he cannot, he need not worry so much about the latter, and then he must not flinch from being blamed for vices which are necessary for safeguarding the state. This is because, taking everything into account, he will find that some of the things that appear to be virtues will, if he practices them, ruin him, and some of the things that appear to be vices will bring him security and prosperity.